There we go. All right. So officially, welcome to our team call. And we are going to, the topic for tonight, we said we were going to talk about handling objections with class and compassion. And so the reason why I wanted to make sure to include those words was, one, because it is one of those things that is kind of, it can go one of both ways. When you're starting to invite into what you're doing, either whether you're inviting someone into the coaching opportunity or you're inviting someone into a challenge group, or even if you're inviting someone into a free group, like not even something they have to pay for, depending on how you communicate, and it will determine a lot about which direction it's going to go. But mostly not necessarily because you're not going to say the right things. It's going to be, okay, it's going to be more about listening to the person whenever they start talking back to you, when they start asking the questions. And so this call tonight is going to be about, okay, I've gotten up the courage and the confidence to start either posting on social media or having one-on-one conversations with people, either in direct message or in person. And I've started talking about what I do and what in these challenge groups, or I've started talking about the fact that I've become a coach and I'm inviting these people in. And so now what's naturally going to be happening next? They're going to be asking questions. You're going to be, they're going to have objections. It's like, it's human nature. We are going to have people that are going to come back and give us reasons why they can't or won't, or don't think that they should, or they are asking for you to explain more about why they should say yes versus no. And then we're going to get the people that just give us a hard no, and what do we do with that, right? So that's what tonight's call is really about, because I have been getting some of that feedback from you guys. And what I told Kathy today was that I want to make sure that these team calls are meant to complement the training that you're already receiving as new coaches in the Team Made University, right? So I'm not trying to add things to your plate. What I'm trying to do is help support what you're already learning, and try to anticipate some of the things that are going to happen as you're continuing to take those first few steps and in inviting and help support you through the scenarios that you're bringing to me in conversation, and messaging me and saying, okay, help. I'm now having a conversation. Now what do I do? Because they asked about this and I don't know what to say. So that's what we're gonna, I'm muting Kathy real quick. Okay. She's talking. So we're gonna, I'm gonna go ahead and share screen and get going with what I got. And I don't want to, let's see. Let's say share, and now you can see. I can see you over there. And you can see my slides, yes?
Yep, I see your
And so I'm going to keep it like this, because if I say, like, watch what happens if I do this. Watch if I hit present. If I hit present, then it's going to take up the whole screen, and I don't think I see you anymore. Oh, I do. Oh, good.
Okay, yeah, I see you.
You can still see me?
Yep, I can see you. I can see both of you.
Okay, good. That was I went too fast. That's what I was trying to make sure that I was still going to be able to see you, because I like to see y'all's faces. I feel like it's so much better. Write pen and paper, and you're ready, and feel free I'm gonna make sure to have Q&A at the end, so that hopefully I get through stuff like, and I address things in order. And when we get in, everybody can ask questions, so we can kind of fill in the gaps of anything that I missed. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. So first things first, I just want to say, first things to keep in mind is that objections are totally normal. It's human nature to object to, it's kind of like a defense mechanism. And oftentimes, kind of like what we talked about in the group challenge, the challenge group call, what is that it oftentimes it's fear-based. It's, when people are saying, I can't do this, or or they give you, even if they give you a solid reason why not, a lot of times it's not really always about the reason that they give you. Oftentimes it's actually a deeper thing or something else going on that they're either embarrassed to admit, or they don't want to tell you the real reason because they know that you could easily talk them out of that excuse, because they know you'll see right through it's kind of like that, that nice Southern way of,
Yeah.
you don't say no, you say, oh, okay, well, we'll see, I'll think about it, like, because you don't want to feel rude by just saying no. Or you give a false reason for, like, I don't plan on showing up to that social event that you invited me to, but I don't want to hurt your feelings, and I don't want to be put on the spot, and I don't want you to tell me right now why my reason for not going is not valid. So instead, I'm gonna, give you a good reason that you can't talk me out of. And 9 times out of 10, it's if it's me, I'm putting it off on my husband. I just gave myself away. But a lot of times it really is. It has happened that way, and it's a really good one. And I learned from experience that's a really good way to get myself out of things without feeling bad, because it's on him, not me. Yeah. So I use it over and over. He tells me, go ahead and use me. Yeah. You don't want to do that? Just tell him I said no.
Yeah, Dave did that too.
So, and we get the same thing we get the same thing from our people. When we're inviting people, that's one of the objections that you're going to hear over and over is, well, my husband's not happy with the price, or my husband doesn't want me to work out, or my husband doesn't like healthy food. Or I don't think my husband is going to support me, or my husband likes to, doesn't like me waking. That was my excuse for a long time, was my husband doesn't like me to set the alarm early, so I can't get my workout in. And or if it's about coaching, let's say you're inviting someone into coaching, and you say, well, my husband doesn't think I should do it, So, but then another thing is, maybe not everyone is going to actually see it for the opportunity that it is, whether we're talking the fitness side, the opportunity to get themselves healthy and fit. They don't see the value of it. They've never thought of it as a viable option. Maybe it's foreign to them, like it was to me when, my neighbor first told me that she was a health and fitness, that she was a team Beachbody coach. I was like, okay. And I remember thinking, I don't know what that is, but I don't want to ask her. So it was a foreign concept to me. And so not everybody is going to see the opportunity right off the bat. So of course they're going to object. And then the other thing is, it's not you. And I said this earlier, it's not because you aren't smart enough. It's not because you're not good enough. It's not because you don't have enough experience or enough years under your belt, or, you've never coached anybody ever, and they would be your first person to ever, be invited into a challenge group. And that's why they're going to reject you, or that's why they're going to say no, or that's why nobody will ever sign up with you. That, first of all, is a lie from the pit of hell. But Two, it's like what I said before. I did not eventually say yes to this opportunity because my coach had the person who invited me had this amazing physical transformation that I saw. I didn't see any before and after pictures of her. I didn't know anything about, anything that she had experienced. But what I did get a sense of from her was that she had confidence in the products that she was telling me about. She had confidence in the workout program, and she had confidence in Shakeology. We didn't even have Beachbody Performance supplements yet, so but she had confidence in those two things, and those two things I slowly, over a course of a couple of months, started to develop my own confidence in, based on the confidence and excitement that I got from her. And she's not like some huge extroverted person that she was all just like, oh my gosh, and it's the best thing. So, it's not your personality either. But the way she did communicate, it let me know she believes in what she's talking about. She believes in what she's doing. And I saw her doing it. So I'm saying all that to say to you that it's always, always, always the objections that you get from people always are going to come from a lack of what they or an area that they are not yet seeing, or they have not yet seen. So therefore they have nothing to base their decision on that would solidify their decision to say yes. They're still looking for evidence to say yes to. And it's not going to be communicated to them through, how many years you've been a coach, or how many months you've successfully helped someone stay consistent in a challenge group, or what kind of transformation that you've experienced yourself, or any of the. Now, some of those things will get their attention. Some of those things might help, but it's not going to be the one and only thing that people decide yes or no on. But what they will always, always follow and catch on to is the confidence that you have, the belief that you have in what it is that you represent. And so that right there starts from your experience with the products, right? So that's what you're posting about when you want to know what to post about. That's what you're talking about when they are talking to you and you're and asking questions. You are talking about your experiences or the experiences of other people that you know. So it isn't even like, let's say we're talking about, like Kathy brought up the thing where she said, okay, I haven't had a physical transformation. Okay, but do you maybe know that someone named Angel had a 45-pound weight loss, that you could use that? Like, well, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are connected to other people and therefore to their stories and experiences. So draw on your story and experience, but feel free to draw on that of your team. Use the transformations from the corporate, the online office, and what they share, of people's stories that did have the 100 and 200 pound weight loss, and showing the before and after. Say, well, I didn't have, a major 100, 200 pound weight loss, but she did. And these are the programs that she did. And this is the nutrition program that she followed. And she drank Shakeology every day. You see what I'm saying? So it's not limited to you as well. And so this is the next thing that I wanted to say about objections, is that objections are part of the inviting process. They're part of the sign up process. So it's not what I see a lot of times in what I used to do. Big mistake that I made was I would start with the inviting, and I would move to a private conversation, and then they would give me an objection, and I would stop. But if I kept in mind that the objection is really just part of the process, and the next step between talking privately and signing someone up, then instead of allowing my insecurities and my fears to stop me from answering their questions and stop me from offering a alternative perspective on the matter, a differing opinion than the one that they're first objecting to me with, then, you know, then maybe I can actually help them overcome their own objections, help them overcome their own limiting mindsets, help them overcome their own fears by getting over my personal fear and just speaking up and sharing from the heart, right? So we have, you know, yes, we make social media posts. Yes, we have personal conversations. We put it out there and we say, hey, here's the opportunity. You can either, you know, you can join my team. You can join my next challenge group. And then the next step of the process is somebody actually says, hey, I'm curious, or I'm directly private messaging someone and directly inviting them and saying, hey, I was wondering if you would be interested. I don't know if you saw my post about a challenge group, but or about what I do as a coach, and that, you know, we have this amazing team, but I wanted to invite you and see if it was something that you would want to check out and decide for yourself if you would be interested in doing this with me, because I think you'd be great at it. And, you know, so whether they're coming to you or you've reached out to them, that next step is the private messages. And this is where they're you know, maybe the post built their curiosity, or maybe a conversation with you built the curiosity, but now they're saying, okay, yeah, I'm ready for more info. So first of all, let's just recognize the fact that if you've gotten to the place where someone is objecting and giving you a reason that they don't think, or they don't know if it's right for them, and they're asking hard questions, first of all, just celebrate the fact that they're curious, that you piqued their interest, and they are interested. Recognize the fact that they are interested. It created a curiosity in them somehow, somewhere. So the finding out what first got them curious, or what first inspired them to reach out to you, is going to be kind of important when you're, you know, or what it is that they're wanting for themselves is going to be important when you get to the objections phase of helping them overcome those reasonings and excuses that they're saying in their minds. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everybody follow me so far? And so also just kind of relax and rest in knowing that objections is not a point of stress. Objections is supposed to be a place where you should be getting all kinds of excited because they actually want to hear more about what it is you're trying to put in their hand. And so you get to actually talk about the greatness that you have experienced yourself and why you think it'll help them. And that's kind of why we're doing this, right? We want to be able to help them. We want to be able to help others. We want to be able to spread the love, right? So this is the prime opportunity to be able to do that. But if you stop here, then you have closed the door, not them. You have closed the door to helping them see that they can experience the things that they're searching for, right? All right, so of course after that, the final step is the actual sign up. And all that sign up means, it's not about, yes, they were willing to give away their money. Nope. It's about, yes, I've earned their trust and they believe that they're worth it. I've helped them see that they're worth it, and I've helped them believe just enough that this is going to be worth it. So that's what you're trying to get them to. So confidence grows confidence. And all that means is that why I put it there is a reminder to you that if you are lacking confidence, yes, you need to, it's going to come from practicing these conversations over and over and over again. That's building confidence. But the main confidence that I want to point out and talk about is confidence in your products. You're not going to be able to handle objections quite as well or let me say this, you will be able to handle objections even better the more and more you know about the products that you represent. So it doesn't mean that you have to know everything about Shakeology before you start talking about Shakeology or before you try telling someone the benefits of Shakeology. What it does mean is that, okay, what is it that you love about Shakeology? What is it that you love about the convenience of Beachbody On Demand or whatever, you know? Connect to the things that you like about those aspects of what we do and dig into those for the knowledge that you share on those points. So if, for example, Shakeology, you don't need to know everything about Shakeology, but maybe you were to say, okay, the things that I love about Shakeology is I feel more energetic overall. Okay. Or so let's in that one point so that you can talk about it for more than just 2 seconds. Okay, so if energy is one of the things you think, okay, what are some ingredients in Shakeology that provide energy to the human body? Just focus on those. You don't need to know all 70 ingredients that are in Shakeology, but if you know the ones that have changed your life, then that's all you really need to focus on, at least at first. You know, you want to expand your knowledge about Shakeology later, great. But if you just want to feel something right now that you can talk about, that's meaty, that means something, and that you can also relate back to them, focus on that. Could you definitely, could most women our age, could most moms, busy career women, doesn't pretty much every human being on the face of the earth want more energy? Could use better energy? Yeah. Okay, well, let me talk about how what it is about Shakeology that's brought me more energy that I know could help them with their energy too. And so that's just one point, and you could talk about that one point for probably a good 5 minutes at least, right? But you could come up with a couple of sentences in a private message and say, you know, you told me that you have been feeling really tired, and that's one of your goals of wanting to feel healthier. And so, and let me tell you, I know that these things that are within Shakeology, the ingredients, they really help with energy, and they help me with my energy, and to where, you know, I don't have the 2 o'clock slump or whatever it is that you experienced that improved your energy. And then you relay it back to them in a very personal way, but also the knowledge that you learned, backing it up, you have confidence, you automatically will be able to speak with more confidence. Okay. So that was the point for that. All right. So common objections we're going to go through for the rest of this call that I'm really going to start to go into. These are some of the most common ones. I don't have the money. I don't have the time are probably the 2 top. I don't have the money or I don't have the time. Next to that is going to be I don't like shakes or I already have something else. And then next to that is my husband said no, or my husband's not supportive, and or they just totally ghost you. They just stop talking. They just don't even respond. And so those are the most common. So human connection breaks through objections. We always want to, and so in order to create that human connection, we want to make sure that we, no matter what their objection is, whether it's I already have a shake, I don't have time, I don't have money, my husband said no, or whatever, we want to make sure that whatever we say back to them, we are relaying back to our story and our experience with the product, but then we are also listening to their pain points and relating our story and what we've overcome using the products with their struggles and what we believe will help them. So when you're talking with them, and the first thing that I always ask, and write this down because I'm sure it's in the training, but just to make sure it's very clear, when someone reaches out to you and they want more information, the first thing you need to do is build trust. And so in order to start building that trust, you need to show that you're invested in them And the way you show them that, the very first step is, tell me more about what your goals are. What is it you're hoping to achieve? You can reword it however you want. Some of the things that you're wanting to achieve. You know, what is it you're wanting to get out? What first interests you, or what piqued your interest? You know, what is it you're hoping to do or achieve for your own health and fitness? And allow them to answer back. Now, when they answer you back, you're going to be listening for those pain points. In other words, you're going to be listening for where they are feeling a struggle or where they're feeling dissatisfied, you know? And then you're going to say, oh, I can relate to that, and I can relate to that, and I can relate to that. So you're able to affirm back to them, like, hey, I've been there, and I understand, and I hear you. And then you're also going to be able to help them when you come back with the details of the program, including the price, including the workouts, you know, and all the different aspects of the challenge group. And then it's creating, now they're going to start to go, the human, remember we said it's human and it's normal, it's totally normal. Their next reaction or reflex is going to be, do I need to protect myself? Do I need to fight or flight? You know, like, or do I need to have no fear and have faith? So their guard is going to go up, because they're going to start to feel a little bit of that anxiety, like, oh, what did I get myself into? Or, oh, now she's sharing this information with me and I don't know if I can do that. You know, so that's just normal. But the way you're going to help them break through that fear and break through that objection they're going to come up with is by making that human connection, by making it personable, by meeting them at that vulnerable pain point that they already mentioned, right? All right, so let's take the first one. I don't have time. And I have several ones for this one. I don't have the time. So the first thing you want to do is, like we said, relate to their story. So here's an example, and I'm just going to read it out because I know it's like a lot of words. But don't worry, I'm going to save these slides, and I have a bunch of things that I'm going to share into the group. So in a document, that'll be even more examples for you to use whenever you're coming up with your own words for your own story, because you definitely don't want to ever just copy paste something from me or somebody else unless you also relate to what they're saying. Like, it sounds like your story, but it's already typed out, right? So you're going to relate to their story. If they come to you, they say, I don't have the time. You say, oh my gosh, I felt the same way. So notice that you're talking in like normal words, not corporate speak, right? Not lecture teacher speak. You're going to be talking like you would. I want you to imagine that this person is already your best friend, even if they're not. They're sitting across from the table from you. How would you talk to your friend who is now confided in you that she feels really uncomfortable in her body, and you've presented a solution, and she's telling you, I don't have time, and you're getting ready to very lovingly call bullcrap on her story of, I don't have time, right? Because you know the truth, kind of, really, because you've lived through it. You used to say the same excuse. So, oh my gosh, I felt the same exact way when I first started. I was working full time. So this is obviously, this could fit whether they're saying I don't have the time for working out or coaching. So just keep your ears open for that. So I was working full time, and my days were filled with driving the kids around, when then dinner and bedtime as soon as I got home. I realized the real reason I was feeling overwhelmed and like too stressed to work out or eat healthy was really not because I didn't have enough time, but because I had not learned how to make myself a priority and still meet the needs of my family. I also knew this worked for so many others I had seen, and they were happier since doing it. So if they had figured it out, I could too. I needed this for me, and I was the only person who could control my calendar. So I looked at my day honestly and figured out where I could fit in 30 minutes for a workout, and 5 minutes for a shake, and 5 minutes to check in with my coach for accountability. And what I found was I had small pockets of time in the car, or just before starting my work for the day, or right after eating a meal, that I could take 5 minutes to log into my group. And I was already on Facebook all day anyway, So I could actually do those things. I just hadn't really looked at where I could fit it in, and maybe even what I could replace that time with doing something else. So where I first found it was waking up earlier, or while I watch TV. So that's about working out, like those 30 minutes that I would need. That's where I first found the extra time. So where do you see time in your day that could be 30 minutes used to do a workout for you? So notice I ended with a question. So you always want to make sure, yes, okay, I've shared all my story, and you've related it to their pain points of what they brought up. Like, I don't have time. I'm too busy with the kids. I have all this stuff. There's no time for me. And you're kind of challenging them a little bit by sharing how you looked at your calendar and realized, kind of had a personal epiphany. Like, oh, wait a minute. I just hadn't figured out how to make myself a priority yet. I've never done that. So of course I don't think, so let me honestly look at my calendar and figure it out. And where I first saw that I could do it was by maybe doing my workout while I watched Grey's Anatomy. So instead of doing my workout and only watching Grey's Anatomy, I'm doing my workout while I'm watching Grey's Anatomy. So what about you? And you're asking them, where in your day? So it's kind of you're asking them the question, but continuing the conversation as well, and allowing them the time and the place to really be honest with themselves and do the same activity, action that helped you get to the place where you realize that you did have the time. So here's another one. I don't have the time, and you answer back with, oh, well, if it's coaching, you say, oh, well, we have a training for that. Or if they're a challenger, you say, oh, we have a video for that. So they're saying, I don't have time for meal prep. I don't have time for meal planning. I don't have time for working out. I don't have time to launch a business or run a business online or whatever. So you say, well, that is such a common misconception that it takes a ton of time to build the business or get a workout in. We have tons of coaches, or we have tons of challengers on the team that also work full-time jobs, or are also moms of 3 to 5 kids. You relate it back to them, or are also married with a spouse who travels for work, or is also a single and super traveling career person themselves all the time. So we have documents and videos on how to have your most effective power hour if you're talking to them about coaching. So you know exactly what to focus on each day in the pockets of time and in between those mom cracks of helping everybody else all day to be successful and grow a side income, helping people do what you love at your own pace. Plus, I doubt, this is a little humor, so maybe you don't use these words, but plus, I doubt you are Tasmanian deviling all day long, LOL. Because people like to paint the picture that they just are always Speedy Gonzalez going through their day, and they absolutely never stop and breathe and scroll Facebook. Isn't that true? They paint that picture. You say, we have so many women who are examples of how they choose their time. And for me, I would much rather spend the extra hour doing something good for my family and my health than scrolling Facebook or Netflix binging, but not accomplishing my goals and feeling stuck, So it's not really a full question, but it's kind of like tossing the ball back to them. Then here's another one. I don't have the time. Our workouts, you would respond back with, oh, our workouts are designed for that. Do you think you have about 20, 30 minutes a day? That's really all you need for an effective workout. I know it sounds crazy, but we actually have a 22-minute workout program for the super time crunched. As a gym instructor, this is obviously my story. As a gym instructor, I see people spend hours in the gym working from treadmill to machines to Group X, aimless in their workouts. And so they don't understand why they are working out all the time and yet not satisfied with their results. And then they sacrifice all that time with family to be at the gym. Grr, so frustrating, I know. But there are these workouts on demand that can go to the gym, like having a personal trainer for so much less cost, or they can do it at home to save all that time driving and commuting, or even travel with them. And we have an app to bring your program with you that you'll actually be saving time, saving money, living your life, getting your results. This way it's on your time. So if you had a crazy day at work and you missed that turbo kick or PIO or P90X class, guess what? You can do it when you're ready and not feel guilty about it. So you're answering that time objection in several different kinds of ways. So here's another one. Do I have to get the shake? Like, can't I just get the workouts? Isn't that all?
Why wouldn't you want the shake? The best.
Huh? I know, but you really want the shake.
It's so addicting. Oh, I love it.
I know. But, you know, you feel kind of, people can make you feel kind of icky with that question, can't they? Like, okay, but really? Like, really? And I thought, and sometimes, like, for me, I've had some people ask me, like, you know, okay, but do I really need the shake? Like, really, you think it makes a difference? And I'm thinking, why would I personally be buying it and drinking it every single day if I didn't believe in it?
Exactly.
And find something of value from it, you know? But sometimes people just need to hear you say it, and they need to hear your voice. So that's another thing is, don't just limit yourself to texting and messaging and, you know, with your thumbs. Like, make a voice message. Even if you have to write it down first so you feel confident in what you're saying, but say it in a voice message so they can hear what's on your heart. They can hear the sincerity of your voice. You know, they hear you as a real person who's not just trying to, you know, feed them a bunch of hogwash. So here's a couple of different points for, you know, do I have to get the shake? The first one is, let's hit on the integrity point. So if they are saying that I want to consider being a coach, but do I have to get a shake? Do I have to get the shake? Do I have to do that? And then you can say, okay, well, if you're going to build a successful business, yes, like, just be upfront. And, you know, and then ask the question, how can you talk to people about Shakeology or the performance line and tell them it's the best on the market, recommend it to others if you don't know it and you don't, and love it yourself. I obviously have typos because I was typing very fast on a very small screen. So that's how we keep our integrity intact. You would say this. That's how we keep our integrity intact as coaches. Now, when you say something like that, that's actually going to win you more brownie points because you're communicating to them that you are a person of integrity and that it's something that sets our company apart, you know, that they can have pride in if they were to join your team. So you would say, I would never recommend a movie, a stylist, a medication, or a dish, you know, a recipe that I had never tried myself. Would you? So you're tossing it back to them with a simple question like, duh, right? Next one is the best results. Okay, so you're responding back, well, it's the only way that I can guarantee you results and your money back if you hate it. It's part of the program, and many people don't know the biggest part of fitness and results that you both see and feel are from what you put into your body. When you do both, fuel your body properly and work out, is when the best stuff happens in your health. Just like I wouldn't expect a stylist to use my box color from Walmart to get the same results that this shake gets me, results in my health that no other shake on a shelf can give me, you know? Another one would be, okay, do I have to get the shake or the challenge pack? And, you know, the approach would be, this is the best deal. And you're being honest. In fact, this is the best way to save money and the better deal. I hate to see people talk themselves out of it because I know every penny counts. And you can tell them why every penny counts. Like, why does every penny count in your life? Or have you ever been in a place where you were strapped for cash and you understand, like, there's a budget and there's either money or there's not. And so how do you make those decisions, right? So make sure you're inserting parts of your story in there. And so you're saying, I understand every penny counts, and I can almost tell you, in fact, that you will want to get Shakeology after going through the challenge and seeing everyone else's results. Because they're going to get in the challenge group. They're going to see everybody else drinking it. They're going to see everybody talking about how awesome and amazing they feel from drinking it or the difference that it's made in their life. They're going to want it. So why not go ahead with Shakeology? Or with the challenge pack, you're getting both shakes added. You're getting the shakes added to the on-demand for just $30 more, right? So which is at least $100 discount. And it comes with a money back guarantee. So there is literally no risk to you. You get it? And that's not you hate it. That's supposed to be you get it. You can return it in 30 days and get your money back. But at least then you'll know. So that's where I would start to, you know, if you're talking about helping someone see that they're getting the best deal, if they're bundling it into a challenge pack, or by going ahead, if they're wanting on demand, just going ahead and trying Shakeology, you know, that the value of buying, if they went ahead and got it with on demand at the same time versus later if they were to buy Shakeology separately, they'd be actually saving so much more money, and you can help them see that it is the more budget conscious type of decision to make ahead of time, and that it's risk free, because if they hate it, or if they drink it every single day for 30 days, and then they say, oh, I didn't really like this and I don't want to get any more, they can get their money back. And it helps put people at ease. It's not really about giving them the way out. Like you're helping them bank on the fact that they're going to return it and get their money back. What you are doing though is you're helping them trust you, and you're helping them kind of breathe more easily at dropping $160 on a challenge pack, if that really is a lot of money in the world. Another way is to, if there another objection that you hear, like, do I have to get the shake or whatever because I'm breastfeeding or pregnant? Is it safe for me, or I'm on medications, or I have this health condition? You always want to make sure, if it's something like that, that you do say, okay, definitely ask your doctor before trying something new, because you never know what someone is taking or not taking, or what kind of health conditions they're dealing with. And while we know Shakeology is a whole food based shake, we don't know all of their medical history and what they react to or don't react to or whatever. And because it is actual food in there, I mean, there is that possibility that they may be allergic to something, who knows. But you say, okay, but I can also share with you testimonies of moms who I know of who have drank Shakeology every day for both pregnancy and breastfeeding, and even their kids afterwards. LOL, meaning like after they had the kids, they made them drink it too. But who felt amazing and got their OBGYN or their pediatrician or their nutritionist or their whole, their family doctor to approve. So would you like a list of ingredients to show your doctor? So again, you're building trust, but you're also honoring and their concerns. But you're building trust in, like, okay, I believe in this product. I know that this product is the real deal. I know of people who have shown it to their doctors, and their doctors have signed off on it. So it kind of eases their mind that this isn't just some kind of gimmicky little thing, if they know, hey, other doctors have actually said yes. And I do actually know of coaches, if you ever get someone who ask you that question, like, is it safe if I'm breastfeeding or pregnant or whatever, and you say, of course you tell them, like, make sure you ask your doctor. But if it's all, the other thing you can say is, okay, if you'd like to hear from a couple of other coaches that I know of who have made videos and spoken on this about their experience, I'll share them with you. And I can tell you, you just PM me and I'll share them with you, because there's two that I usually pull on whenever somebody asks me that, if they really feel like they need to be put at ease. But I do always offer the ingredient list, and it's all in a PDF that is available for you to download from your online office. You are able to have a PDF or even on the blog. They're all on the blog, actually. You don't even have to log into your online office. You're able to download them all, and you could send it over to them. There's a Dear Doctor letter that is already typed out that you can send over to them, and they can print it out and use it and bring it with them into their doctor's office, telling them about what Shakeology is and seeking their sign-off, basically, their approval. So, okay, so here's the next one. I don't have the money. So let's break down the cost. Now, I actually did... Yeah, I actually did a blog post on this a I think a couple of Christmases ago, because I was getting the objection so much that I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a blog post about this, where I actually took the time to say, this is where I was spending money before. That once I started to really look at the numbers and I went ahead and did Shakeology instead, I was actually saving money. So you can find that on my blog. It's just angelbalance.com. It's not a big, and you can search for, I think it's named, How Do You Afford Shakeology? I think it's very simple like that. And I talk about the supplements that I used to take that I found out were in Shakeology, that I stopped taking, regular multivitamins every day because all my multivitamins were in Shakeology. And even talking about meal and grocery budget and all those things, other protein powders, and all kinds of stuff. So, all right, so here's an example of what you could say back. Well, guess what? This month is actually, so if their objection's money, right? So you appeal to them wanting to make a deal or wanting to make sure they're saving money. And you say, well, guess what? This month is actually helping you save money because it's on sale. It's like for this month, you would say it's $20 off right now. Plus, the way I bundle it for you is actually saving you way more than buying separately. It includes everything you need, the meals, the recipes, the workout programs, all of them ever made by Beachbody, plus all the new ones released over the next 12 months with no additional monthly fee, because it's a one and done for Beachbody On Demand. It's not a monthly fee, and that's the one thing everybody's super usually scared about. And then you say, it's got your portion control containers. It's got an on-demand app, or smart TV laptop access, so wherever you go, plus the group experience that I provide, my personal coaching, our superfood shake that is part of the program for 30 days and is actually one of your daily meals, so you can easily work it within your budget instead of adding to it. Does that make sense? Huge savings and not trying to cost you extra over what you already spend on food. So not only are you appealing to their thriftiness, but you're also breaking down that cost to show them the value of everything they get, right? Like you're really spelling it out for them. Like you're getting all this for $160, Another one, sounds great, but I don't have the extra money right now. I just don't have the extra cushion. I just don't have the money right now. I don't have the extra whatever. It's not in my budget right now. And so you say, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way when I first heard about it. I don't know if you have heard my story yet. So see, you're relating it to your story. But my husband and I, being a family of 5, didn't have the extra cushion either. But I believed in the product. And so I took a look at our grocery budget, the post-workout meals, the snacks, the supplements that I was already taking that Shakeology could replace. And I realized I would be saving money for my family and my husband. Not to mention I was going to be eating healthy now, right? So I wouldn't need the trips through Starbucks or Brahms or the extra chips and cookies at the store each week, the sodas at the restaurants. Do you see where you could make the same swaps, right? Sometimes they're not thinking about that. Like, oh, wait, like I really am going to start eating healthy and stuff. There's stuff I'm no longer going to be buying.
Right. Yeah, I have to go to Starbucks almost every day. Angel,
yeah.
Every day. I can't even tell you the last time I've been. That's my Shakeology right there.
And just, we gawk all the time about the price of like the beverages at a restaurant now.
Oh, they're so expensive. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so crazy. It's like, okay, what if I just got water?
Yeah,
just give me money I'm saving every month,
Oh.
Okay, so the next one would be the 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, just saying, okay, trust me, I get it. Don't know if you've heard this part of my story, but I actually first purchased the shakes knowing that I could, at worst case scenario, drink it all and get my money back. I even ordered the one flavor I thought I would hate. Ha ha ha. No, to give myself a way out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But regardless, I knew if I wanted to be healthy and fit, then I had to make changes and do something I never had before. I had to trust my coach for 30 days and follow the program. If it didn't work to my liking, then at least I knew I could return it and get a refund. But you know what happened? I loved it and how it made me feel. And I never wanted to let it go. But at least you will know you can try it risk-free. And this is what the question I would normally follow up with that one is, would you trust me for 30 days? Would you just trust me for 30 days? Just try and see. You have nothing to lose, is basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
Another, I don't have the money. But instead, you know, maybe you give it back to helping them see it from a new perspective, their priorities, or even like a comparison. So for yes, I know many people like me who have tried Slim Fast and different drinks or
Dinners,
pills or wraps or shakes or whatever. So it's hard to understand what makes this different till you try it for real for yourself. Or the feeling of like maybe it's a so this is that would be for the comparison thing. If they're kind of trying to start comparing, they're like, well, I've done Herbalife, or I've done Slim Fast, or I've done, you know, pills and all these other things, and it didn't work, you know. So you're saying, okay, I know it's hard to understand what makes Shakeology different from those other things that you've tried, but you're never going to know until you try it for yourself, you know. And for me, I would normally also let them know, like, I did Slim Fast, I did the pills, I did all the other things that and I'm telling you, this is the only thing that worked for me. And this is why. This is how different I felt. And this is what I learned of why it made a difference, you know. But like, maybe it's not about a comparison thing. Maybe it's not that they've really tried those other things, and they're thinking about like what makes the product different from that. Maybe their concern is, okay, well, I failed before. I've tried it and I failed before. So your answer is, okay, or the feeling of failing on programs I did on my own, but not finishing. I can relate to that. My story was that I got workouts from Pinterest, you know, the workout of the day. Do this workout for lean legs. Do this workout for sexy summer arms. You know, like, I would get all these little workouts and I'd pull them together and I would do them. Or I actually bought programs through personal trainers online who are selling their own little programs, and I would do their workouts and I would follow their little YouTube videos that they would show me how to do the workout. And I followed their program to a T, but yet I either wouldn't finish, so I lost confidence in my ability to finish, or I still wasn't seeing the results that I wanted to see from it, you know. And so that person, if they've had that similar type of experience, they're going to be coming to you and they're going to be like, okay, but I don't know if I can trust myself to finish. I don't like, or what makes these other, I mean, isn't a workout program a workout program? It's a workout program, you know, like, what makes it different? And, they are really concerned that, they're just going to quit, and it's going to be a waste of time and money, you know. And so you're able to answer back and say, okay, I understand that fear of failing, you know, or I understand knowing that my husband isn't supportive, and I'm not sure that I'll stick with it because that will be super discouraging if my husband isn't on board with me, you know. I understand the you know, skepticism and the hesitancy to trust me, but I also found that although I did feel real fear or doubt, nothing would change until I did something different. You know, it's like is kind of helping them confront that reality of, okay, you're scared, I get it, and that's a very real thing, and I'm not going to discredit that. Look, you know, but I am going to help you see that you're choosing to either stay stuck or overcome. So you're saying, you know, nothing's going to change until I did something different. And this was something I had done my research on. I knew it made sense. I knew it was important to me. So I would have to make it a priority, and I would see through because of that, because it was important to me. And because I know that, like, it's now or never, or whatever their words are that they're telling you, you know, when you ask them, like, why do you know now is the time for you? And they answer you. Well, you bring that back in when they say, I don't have enough money. You remind them of, you know, the overriding reason that they know they need it at the end of the day. So let's find a way, and I will help you find a way. All right, next is they ghost you. They just stop talking. They just don't even answer you back. Because that happens. They start avoiding you in the hallways. Or they just pretend like they didn't see that message, but you can see that they saw the message. That's the beautiful thing about Facebook.
Yeah.
Now, now a couple things about that is that maybe they saw the message, but I mean, have you ever been in your car and the little chat bubble pops up and you open it up and you read the message, but then you don't answer right away and you put it aside, and then
or you forget.
And you forget. You're right. So remember that when you're like, oh, they haven't answered me back, they're totally ghosting me. Maybe they forgot. Maybe they got really busy and they forgot to reply. Maybe they're thinking about it, but they just didn't know quite how to respond yet. You know, so like, don't immediately jump to conclusion, I'm annoying them. They want me to get the heck away. You know, because that's where my brain goes.
Yeah,
that's where. So, but here are some different things that you can do. One is ask for feedback. So like, let's say they haven't answered you back, and maybe you've even tried following up a second time, and kind of being like, hey, just making sure you got my message. And they still haven't answered you back. You know, and so you're like, okay, now I just feel like an idiot. So I'm getting the feeling from them that the answer is no. They just don't want to say it. So they're going to ignore me until I go away. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to try to ask, coming from a different direction, and open the conversation in a safe way that they feel that they can still talk to me, because I'm a real person, instead of honestly being rude to me and ignoring me. So, but I'm going to graciously also give them a way out. So the way that you do that is you go ahead and say, okay, you say, hey, I've sent you several messages, and I understand if you're like way too busy and you just haven't been able to respond. But just in case this has made you feel, you know, like this is more than you want, or you're not interested, or whatever, could I ask you what it is that doesn't interest you, or what it is that you don't want that I'm offering you? You know, so whether you're talking about coaching or the challenge group or whatever, you're asking them to go ahead and tell you. You're giving you permission to tell you why they don't want it, even though they haven't said a word. So a couple things are going to happen. They're either going to answer back and be like, oh my gosh, I just have been so busy, I haven't responded yet. Or they're going to say, you know, like, I meant to answer you back, and I do have questions. And they'll go ahead and ask you the questions. And yay for you, you've helped them move on to the next level of communication. Or they're going to say, you know what? They're going to tell you, I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't know what it is about. I don't know if now's the right time for me. They're going to give you an actual reason. One of those objections that we've already covered, that you'll be able to then start to talk and continue the conversation. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So next one, they're ghosted you. So you still kind of like, you're assuming, like you're going to start to relate to their why. Okay. I'm sorry. I was going to say you're assuming, but you're not assuming. Like, let's say this would be a scenario where you've asked them, you've invited them into your challenge group, and or maybe you made a post on social media, and they commented under that, and because you said comment below or private message me if you're interested, and they actually drop in the comments that they're interested, and so you reply and you say, I'm private messaging you now. And then you go to their private message and you say, hey, I saw that you're interested in my upcoming challenge group. This is so great. I'm so excited for you. You know, what is it that interests you about it? And what are some reasons that you would want to do this? asking them about their goals and the things that we said earlier. And they answer back and they actually tell you, I really want to lose 50 pounds. Slowly crept up on me. I've had all these, it's really starting to affect my self-confidence and, or my relationship with my husband, or, my energy, or I'm now on these medications, or whatever it is that they tell you that they, why they want to lose the weight. And then you answer back with, okay, perfect. I know that we have the programs that can help you reach that 50-pound weight loss goal that you have. I know that you said that you really felt like, you needed to get off the cholesterol medication. Shakeology is clinically proven to help lower cholesterol. And so I know that this can help you. Let me explain what a challenge group is, and you have it all in there, right? So you've replied back, and then they ghost you. So they don't answer. You follow up, hey, just checking, making sure you got my message. How do those challenge group, details look to you? You haven't even talked about money yet. They just stopped talking, right? So then you answer back after they've ghosted you. You start with, hey, it's been a couple of weeks. It's been a couple of months since we last talked. And I know that you had some really big goals. You had that event that you were looking forward to, or you had that weight loss goal that you wanted for yourself, and you relate to their why they wanted it in the first place, and you remind them why they said they were interested, why they want it for themselves. And then you're gracious about it. You say, look, I remember you having some really big goals. I remember you wanting to lose 50 pounds, and I just know that this is going to make a difference for you like it did for me. So I just wanted you to know I'm still here. And maybe now isn't the right time for you, but I want you to feel comfortable with reaching back out. So you're keeping the door open. You're letting them know, hey, they don't need to feel embarrassed for keeping you waiting or whatever. The next thing would be they've ghosted you, and so this would be a totally different kind of conversation. This would be like, hey, this would be you reaching out to somebody and saying, hey, maybe you weren't really interested for yourself, but I know we're really good friends and you could help me reach my goal. So this would be different, like if you were having like somebody that you've just known, like maybe it's a family member or like a real close friend that you just know that they would do it just because you asked them. They would do it as like a personal favor to you. Like, hey, I'm trying to reach, like, let's break it down. Let's say that you were trying to reach like a Success Club goal as a coach, right? And you're just one sign up short from meeting the minimum required points in order to qualify to be able to go on that cruise that you're working for. And you have to have those last 2 points by the end of this month, because it's a 3-month period, right? That you have to have so many points within in order to qualify. And so you're like, man, I'm just 2 points shy. I'm getting real nervous because there's only a week left of the month, and I really want to make sure that I hit this goal. Would you help me out and sign up? And you can be in my group. You'll have lifetime access. I will love you forever. I would just really appreciate it. I mean, like, would you help me out? And you would think nobody says yes to that. And I'm telling you, I've had friends say yes, because I've been in a pinch like that where I was wanting to make sure that I had no doubt that, like, if somebody canceled an order at the last minute and then that made me drop 2 points, that I would, there it goes, for the whole year, I disqualify. You know what I'm saying?
I think I joined the challenge that way.
You would?
Yeah, I think I joined your challenge that
way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
It works.
It works. Sometimes it's really just from that monthly goal. Like, I've set goals for myself that, okay, I really want to hit SC10 this month, because, and I can tell you that's an honest place, because there's a big difference between reaching SC6 or SC5 and SC10. There's a big impact that it makes on your income, not just from an immediate sale, like not about the commissions that I would get, but actually in the month to come, if I'm at SC8 and I just need one more person to sign up to hit SC10, and I actually hit, and then I'm going to ask for a favor. If I don't have anybody else saying yes for their health and fitness goals, or I know that I have a few people that like they said no to me a few months ago, I'm going to make sure I'm following up with them and be like, hey, I know that maybe it wasn't the right time for you, but hey, we're friends. Could I just ask this personal favor? You don't even have to start right away, but you can purchase now and have everything you need ready for when you are ready to start working out, you know, but you would help me be reaching a goal. Because what's going to happen is if I have SE10 instead of SE8 at the end of the month, then the following month, I'm going to have, Beachbody's going to give me free customers. So it's not just about the $30 commission I would make off of that technology from one person. It's going to mean me actually making maybe an extra $200 the next month. You see what I'm saying? From random people signing up on Beachbody.com that Beachbody assigned to me.
Oh.
Right?
So Beachbody only assigns at the SE10 level?
No, well, actually, if you are an Emerald, if you are an Emerald, if you've signed up 2 people as coaches and you only have SC5, they will give you free customers, but they are not necessarily the customers that have yet purchased something. They maybe just signed up for like a free Beachbody account while they're thinking about what their next purchase will be.
Okay.
What they want to purchase. You see what I'm saying? But Beachbody assigns them to you randomly to different coaches to make sure that they have someone to connect with that could help them decide.
And then you reach out to them.
You reach out to them. And sometimes those free leads, they don't respond, and sometimes they do, because a free lead kind of person, they maybe just aren't ready.
Right.
Or they don't know you from Adam, and so you have to start the relationship building. So for those people, I used to sign them up like on a little email list that I have going, so they start receiving emails from me. I will actually send them a first message, say, hey, I'm Angel. I'm your Beachbody coach, assigned to you free. You don't have to pay for me, but I'm here for you if you need me, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So the next approach would be to just ask them for a referral, to just be like, hey, I know that this, obviously maybe isn't what you're wanting to do because you haven't answered me back.
Yeah.
But could you, if you were to think of someone, or if you know someone who this could really help, maybe someone who can't get to the gym and, but they want to get help, they're looking for at-home workout solutions. Could you maybe send them my way? Thank you so much. Another thing is to ask for the follow-up. So they've ghosted you, they're not answering back, and you say, hey, I know that we were talking before, but maybe it wasn't the right time for you. I'm going to go ahead and, if it's okay with you, I'm going to go ahead and put you on my list. I'll follow up with you in another couple of months for my next challenge group.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so the next one would be they blamed their husband. We kind of briefly talked about that one. So these are a couple of different ways that I help them through that. The first thing is I coach them through how to have the talk with their husband so that they communicate their feelings and needs. Sometimes, honestly, women don't know how to communicate to their husband. They don't know how to tell their husband in such a way like why they want this for themselves and why it's important. They just go to their husband and they say, hey, I want to buy this. It's $160. What do you think? Are you okay with that? And then the husband says, what do you need? No. And they don't know how to open that vulnerable conversation and explain to their husband in like a real need kind of place. Like, hey, I need to feel more confident about myself. Or, hey, I really feel like I'm, I need to work on my health, or I need to feel better about myself, or whatever. And this is going to do it for me. And it's much more cost effective than XYZ,
Yeah.
So I will help them kind of figure that dialogue out ahead of time and then follow up. Number two, another thing is I offer to get on the phone or help find the resources that will explain it to the husband who does not understand. Like, why is it this much? Or what is it you're wanting to buy? Okay, well, let me show you some things you can show him to help him understand what it is that you're talking about. Or I'll get on the phone. He wants to ask me questions, I'll get on the phone. Reassure them of the money back guarantee, because husbands like that, and then help them see why they're worth it. Even if hubby doesn't do it with them, why it's
Right.
worth it for them to invest in themselves and do it anyway,
Oh, yeah.
even without their husband with them, and how they can do it in such a way that it's not an inconvenience to their family, because that's usually their concern.
Yeah.
I don't want to post on social. So this is usually, I've had this actually come to me, not just as a coaching objective, but as a challenger objective. I've had someone come to me and say, I don't want to have to post on social media. I don't, because I'm doing a health and fitness challenge with you. And I'm like, I don't make my people post on social media to do a challenge group, but they might have had a bad experience with somebody else, or they might just have that preconceived notion that that's what we do with our challengers. Like, we make them post before and after pictures. And that's, so I've had to dispel that. Or they're just super private. So these are a couple different things. One, if they're a coach, if they're interested in, if I was offering coaching to them and they say, well, I don't want to have to post on social, then I'll say, okay, well, I didn't at first either. But when I found out that I could, oh goodness, what happened there? I did. And I could post on social media and earn to grow a 6-figure business from my phone or laptop with social media. There you go. Instead of just watching cat video. Oh, okay. I found out I could use, I think it was something like I could use Facebook or Instagram to, earn an income. Then, if I'm already there, if I'm already on Facebook every day, if I'm already on Instagram, why not use it for something that can actually help me grow an income, or help me fuel a passion or an interest that I have in health and fitness and helping others. Another fear is, what will my friends think? And you can say, okay, well, I was super nervous about that too. But the more what I realized was that the more I opened up, the more people I could help, and that God could use my story to reach others. If they say, I don't want to post on social, and you could also reply back with, okay, well, we have a totally private app separate from Facebook. So if you don't want to be in a Facebook group, or if you don't even have Facebook and you don't want to be on Facebook, then this is a really cool tool that we can use to help me stay in touch with you, track your progress, for you to track your progress. Or if you're talking about coaching, you can say you can run all of your coaching business completely off Facebook if you want. I'm not at my goal weight. So this would be somebody saying, no, I don't think I could make a great coach because I haven't had a transformation. I haven't had, I'm not at my goal weight. I'm still overweight. How could I coach others? You would say, okay, great. Neither am I, or neither was I. Actually, this is a way better way. It's way better that you're still on your journey. Coaching is about sharing, showing people that you are a normal, everyday person who is on their journey to becoming fitter, healthier, and better. Not that you are perfect. Coaches are not meant to be perfect people, like already having their stuff together and the perfect body. Nobody relates to perfection. People relate way more to a journey. It's what makes us trustworthy and believable and reliable. So it's a very common misconception that you need to be at your ideal weight or your goal weight or whatever. But it is, in fact, power in your testimony from day one, the changes that you've experienced. Even this month. We're almost there, guys. I'm not a salesperson. So, okay, awesome. Because neither am I. I would hate it if it was all about sales, but there are no sales quotas. There's no inventory that you have to buy ahead of time to sell off. We have all the training you need on how to be you, authentically you, and reach people like you and not be salesy, but genuine. It's about helping people. We are a company based on peer-to-peer experience, just like the rest of the world today. And we share with others to give them inspiration, hope, tools, and resources to help them get started on what has helped us. We don't sell just to sell. So this is the very last little slide here. And it's the very last scenario. What if they just tell me a hard no? The answer is to stay in touch. The answer is to offer them your free Facebook community, which, by the way, I've made it clear but I'll say it to make sure it's on this recording. My Life Fit Mama collective community is not just my community. It is your community to invite your people to. When you've reached out to them and they're like, no, or like you've helped them with all the money objections and they're still saying no, then you say, okay, I hear you. But you know what? Would it help you if I just plugged you into my free community where we share, little 5-day mini challenges on different health topics, and we share meal plans sometimes, or we share meal prepping tips sometimes? Would that be of help to you to be in a part of, a community like that? It's totally free, no obligations, nothing expected. It's just a free group on Facebook. And they say yes, or they say maybe, or whatever. You say, great, here's the link. You can add yourself if you want, and I hope to see you in there. And you bless and release.
I like that.
Okay, so
That's right. You bless and you release.
so My Life Fit Mama, we can have people that we're coaching join that group.
Yep.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah. And in fact, if you do start adding people in, I would encourage you to maybe make your own post in there sometimes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So they see you.
I do. Okay.
So it becomes more of like a team run page.
Yeah. Yeah. I see. Yeah. Sure.
It's
Sure.
also a place for you to practice getting your feet wet for the paid challenge group.
Oh yeah.
Experience that feeling of posting and people looking up to you,
Okay.
and sharing.
That's awesome.
Sharing what you know.
Okay.
So definitely.
Thank you.
Any questions?
So, okay, how would I post to practice for doing a free challenge in Life Fit Mama? Can you give me an example
Of how you would post to practice?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to start actively posting in there, then I run mini challenges in there from time to time, like once or twice a month. And so the next time that I plan on running a free challenge, for one, I would make sure that everybody in the team knows, hey, I'm going to be running a free challenge in August or whatever, and it's going to be about, water. It's going to be about more energy, natural ways to get in. And
all right.
if you're interested in being a part of helping me post for that, speak up now. And if you say yes, then we meet up in a Zoom like this, or we just chat in a chat bubble, and I have like a shared Google Doc.
All right.
There's already posts typed out, and we each can say, I'll post that one on this day. I'll post that one on this day.
Oh.
And we can schedule it ahead of time in the group, or we can, just say I'll post on Thursday, and then we remember to post on Thursday, whatever.
And you said some of the posts are already typed out and you just post them?
Yeah, a lot of times we have Janice and I right now, we work together. Tina now too. Tina Sullins has started working with us too. We already have free challenge groups that we've done in the past, or we have sample challenge groups that free groups that we have seen other people do.
Yeah.
That we already have put together. They were either run from other coaches on our teams or whatever, but it's like a little pool or a collection, if you will, of free group ideas that we already have, that a lot of times we already have the graphics for, we already have the post for. Or
so awesome.
Have like the bare bones for it, and then we know that we can take it and like add our own, our own experience in with whatever the bare bones of the post is, So if it's about strawberries, I could definitely say a sentence or two about why I personally like strawberries to personalize it. And so they know it's me talking, but I'm still sharing the information about strawberries because we were talking about summer fruits or something, whatever the free challenge is about.
So in the Zoom meeting, you would help us figure out how to acquire the post so we can know when to post it.
Yeah, it would be, we usually put it in like either a Google Drive or Google Doc, wherever all
cool.
Doc, and then in the Drive, it's a folder. It has all the images, and everybody just copy paste, grab upload the post.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
You can schedule it a whole week in advance or whatever. Super easy. And then in the between the mini challenges, the free challenges, like right now I'm in between. So right now I'm just making sure that I post at least once a day, either asking a question to try to encourage conversation, or I'm posting just something, if a little motivational post, or, thought provoking or funny or whatever hits my fancy sometimes,
Okay.
I'll post it. And so that there's something going on in the group in between the free groups that are more structured.
Okay.
But I want to make sure that I'm honoring my paid challenge group people.
Yeah.
So I don't pour into that free community all the time.
Right.
Like 24/7, or at least 2 and 3 times a day, like I do my paid challenge group.
Right.
Because it wouldn't be fair.
No.
To the people who are investing in themselves and in me as their coach,
So okay, this is really cool. I'm understanding Life Fit Mamas even more now. So thank you.
Yeah. Kathy was asking me today, Val. She was all like, okay, I need help understanding Life Fit Mama and Life Fit Nation. And I mean, I was sitting there kind of thinking, okay, maybe it's time for me to change a name somewhere. Like, maybe I need to but in my mind, it was like, okay, we're mamas. Like, it's just us. Like, we're women, we're people. Like, the individual.
Well, I thought that same thing too until you explained it. We're all mamas, because I'm like, well, I don't have kids.
But you are a mama.
But I don't have what you all have kids.
You have fur babies.
I'm not
those
talking about
definitely count.
others.
But you cleared that up a long time ago. But
It's kind of like a Southern thing, I guess.
Mama does not. Hot mama does not necessarily mean relating to having children. It's just you're a mama.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your mama.
I could have.
That goes all the way back to that.
Mama
Remember Yo
also
Mama?
kind of felt a little bit like me when I was first kind of naming my blog and stuff, and I was trying to have a little bit of continuity between the community and the blog and like who I am, but now that I'm growing and expanding and it's a team thing, we can definitely.
I wouldn't change anything. I think it's great.
It's fine.
No.
I do appeal more to women too, and so that's like part of why it's there. There's a couple of guys in there. Like, Mike Helm is in our.
And in there too. Stan, is that his name?
Stan is a coach on my team. He just and like, dude is always on his journey. He's just private.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah, he's just doing his thing, and I let him do his thing, but I always tag him so he knows what's going on.
Yeah, of course.
And every now and then he'll click the like button.
Yeah. So he's there. He's there.
He's there.
But yeah, he's actually the brother to a friend who signed up with me as a coach way back. So he's actually a coach under her.
Oh, cool.
And then she's a coach under me.
That's nice. Okay,
but she's
cool.
also private, so it's real funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so to be sure that I don't miss when you're going to do another challenge in Life Fit Mamas, will you just announce it on that web?
I announce it in the community, but before I do it, I always announce it in our team page.
And our team page is
Angels Life Fit Nation.
The Life Fit Nation. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every Monday you see or I've missed a couple of Mondays, but most Mondays I get the week in a glance up, so that you see all the different types of calls and opportunities that you have to be able to either hop on a team made call, which is a much larger team family than just us.
Okay.
Or the national wake up call, which is basically Team Beachbody hosting a call for the entire company.
Okay, see, I have totally missed these things. So
Right.
you post this schedule on Monday?
Yes.
Okay. Angels, Life Fit Nation.
And I don't host a team call myself every week, because sometimes I'll just tell you to, if you want a team call,
Right.
plug into the team-made team call that week. If I know Melissa's hosting something, because I really want y'all to start to get to know her and some of the other ladies on the team too, and glean from them. But I never wanted to take away from where you are and your, in your, like your TMU and where you are with your vital behaviors and learning the ropes,
Okay, so I know this is going to sound so stupid. So Beachbody has a national wake-up call?
Yes.
And it's always when I'm at work.
Yes, but it's
Oh,
recorded.
okay.
Yeah, it is
So
recorded.
there's a couple.
Oh, it might be too. What time is it? Do you know?
It's 10 a.m. 10 or 10:30.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, our time. Yeah.
10:30.
So-
So some
then-
mornings I'm in class with you. Some mornings I'm teaching. But
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I might be able to do that some days after I teach a class. If I'm not teaching 2 classes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
you either can, if you're able to watch it live, you can, or you can. The replay is always. They go live on Facebook on the Facebook page, and I put a link there in my Monday announcement. You're able to just click the link and see the page where they do the video.
Okay.
But there's also a phone number, and that
cool.
that's in. It used to always be in your welcome email when they welcomed you as a coach. They always had the phone number there. I don't know if they still do it, but so just private message me if you want the number for that, because I have it saved in my phone. So if I want to listen to the call while I'm driving,
Okay.
I'll just dial the number like you would call somebody and put it on speaker, and I can listen to the whole thing while I'm driving.
That's cool.
Or while I'm cooking or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Post
Mel, did you have a question, babe, about anything?
No, just a couple of like things at work. I had some girls obviously following my journey, and I had one that was really close about Shakeology, and of course the money thing came up, and then the husband thing came up, and then they both, one went to Advocare and bought Advocare shake, and then the other one,
my gosh.
and then the other one just purchased 310, so because they were cheaper.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I'm like,
Here's the
well,
thing.
you get what you pay for.
That's right. You get what you pay for.
Because if you take the ingredients, I mean, there's just no.
Isn't Advocare about the same price?
She said it was cheaper, so
But here's the other thing.
No.
Here's the other thing is 9 times out of 10 they'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Well, I
won't.
did have one friend buy a bag 2 days ago.
Ooh, good.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I did.
fantastic.
I didn't see that in my notifications that you
Yeah.
had new.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
right now. She's like, yeah, I'll buy a bag right now, and she's like, it's my favorite, but I can't afford it every month. But you'll be my coach who I buy from. I'm like, okay, that's great.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's
she
so
likes
cool.
she likes the vegan strawberry too, like me.
Yeah.
Like it's like the best ever.
Oh, okay. So I need your advice because that's the one I like the least because
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I'm a cafe latte person. So
Oh, I see. That's my second favorite.
so like, how do I make the strawberry
like the
taste
chocolate
better?
because it's a little bit more sweeter, but I have to have it with the banana, and I do put healthy coconut oil in my shake every morning. But those are the only, and then sometimes berries. I put frozen organic berries in mine.
Really good with frozen berries. It's really good with the banana. She hit it right on the on those.
Yeah, I've done
how I drink it.
I've done the banana.
Blended with ice.
And ice. And it's like a smoothie consistency. It's so
now,
I
like it blended with water and ice, but some people do prefer it with like a coconut milk or instead of like an almond milk because I think it's because of the tropical flavor.
Yeah.
maybe the almond sometimes sets it off on their palate, but the
Yeah.
coconut,
It's all right in that tropical.
but then the cream makes it creamier if they're feeling like the texture is what's setting them off.
Yeah, I do the
I
coconut.
like it with water. Yeah. I like it with water. But usually, I've done the strawberry with like banana. I always do like a big fistful or two of either like mixed power greens or spinach. And then, so it's the water, the Shakeology, the banana, the power greens. Yeah, I've done that. But I don't know. I don't know whether it might taste too sweet compared to.
It might be. It might be.
Yeah.
I don't know
Some
why.
people don't care for it.
I'm just not, and I don't stay as full as long as I do with the chocolate, doing chocolate banana or the cafe latte.
See, I
But
can't do chocolate.
I'm from South Louisiana, weaned on cafe au lait, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love cafe latte too. It's so good.
All right. Well, if y'all have
man.
any more questions about or anything else to say about like the topic, the objections or anything, or then I'm gonna stop the recording.
No, that's great.
And
This was great, Angel. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
same.
hope it
Really
helps.
good. And your slides
You're
were
gonna
awesome.
and you're gonna put up the slides you said. I'm sorry, were you gonna put up the slides you said, Angel?
Yes. But you have to forgive all the.
Oh. No, that's
So
fine.
we're-
It's just it'll be good to go back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.